Rabbi David to give us this chance to listen to you. But I would like to ask, I have many questions, I cut it short. We talked about the Jews, we talked about the Baha'is, we talked about the Israel nuclear. How about those who were Iranians there, the Shiite Iranians there? I mean, you who have been as a responsible human being and journalist, you were there when there were some executions about Iranians. The 15-year-old women hung on the cranes. And you come to this conclusion that this government survived for 30 years, so we should be negotiating with it. To all your decency as a human being, as a responsible human being, do you really think that this is a government who tries to implement the fundamentalist Islamic laws of 1400 years ago of cutting eyes and hands? Do you think this is a government that somebody should negotiate with?
Yes, I do. I do think so. And I actually have a different view from you, which one surprises you. And I was trying to explain this over dinner that David very kindly hosted before. And that is essentially this, that Islam is in ferment. And there are all kinds of crazy Islamic zealots, murderers, suicide bombers, Al-Qaeda, all over the place. And they're dreaming of creating this caliphate, this resurrecting this thing from the Middle Ages. Iran, been there, done that. They know, the Iranian people knows, 7 million people know. They know what an Islamic revolution is. It's not a theory to them. It's not a theory to them, it's reality. They've lived it for 30 years. Kids who are 30 years old today in Iran, they know what it is. And my view is, contrary to the image you just gave, that in fact, Iran offers us some hope. Because painfully, with difficulty, with intermittent brutality, with back and forth, your country, your former country, is trying to work out the compromises between Islam and measures of Western liberal democracy that will be the kinds of compromises that if we ever do get elements of democracy in the Arab world, will be the sorts of compromises that are worked out. These kids who are 30, who were born in 1980 when most of the US suppose left, if they look at their life, the graph is upward. They began their lives with bombings, with running into bomb shelters, with rationing, with poverty. The 1980s in Iran were very, very tough. And today, and you won't like to hear this perhaps, I can assure you, today their lives are better. Their lives are not great, they don't like this regime, but they're not going to make a revolution. They're not going to go out to the street and shed blood to bring change. They are not going to do it. They don't want to do it. They are not interested in it. Okay, who is the next question? Next question.